Well, I remember asking you about driving. So,
oh yeah,
obviously that was.
I drove through all this.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you get a license or did you just drive?
So when I was 16 and you go in for your permit, right?
Yeah.
My eye doctor.
You walk in there just like, no.
Turn around. You think you're getting out of here with a fucking document?
Man. Passenger only. Go ahead. Next.
The office for the handicap signs are down the hall. But no, so I go in. My eye doctor, by the way, told me, because we asked him straight up, like, should I drive? And he was like, yeah, you can drive. He's like, there are people driving with worse vision than you.
For real. This is what blew me away when I met you. This is the first thing we talked about.
I only had one eye when I met you. This is back when I had two eyes. The doctor said this to me. And so I was like, dope. Okay, cool. So I go in there and I straight up tell my dad, like, we weren't like up on my prescription because I never really bitched. Like, I can't see perfectly, you know, like I would just be like, after a while, my parents would be like, you didn't see that, did you? I'd be like, nope. And they'd be like, all right, time to up the script. You know what I mean? Like, it'd get bad. Because I didn't want to be like a pest. And it also was a pain in my ass to go fucking get checked and shit. So I never talked about it. I just deal. And so I told my dad, I go, dude, I can't read that fucking, they're asking line 3, line 7 and shit. And I can't fucking read that. He goes, all right, it's a F, 4, 6. And 7, he's like, are you getting this? 6?
Are you getting it?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Because we were listening, like, we're like, okay, so they asked him 3, they asked her 4. They seem to be rotating between 3 and 4. So, like, just memorize both. And so I'm going up there, I'm like, 4, 7, 5. And I get up there, and then I, like, you know, I probably could have got a fucking Emmy or some shit, because I was like,
line 5.
I'm like, 4? You know, I'm acting like I'm squinting it out and shit. Man, I crushed it. So I gave me a license, and guess what?
You just had, all you had to do was say those like 6 letters, and that's it.
And so, like, I knew that I was tempting fate, I knew. And so the next time, you know, when you have to renew your license, I was like, Jesus, I'm not going to be able to do this again. And my dad's not going to come with a 20-something-year-old guy to get his fucking license redone. So I talked to my eye doctor about it. He goes, I'll just write you a note.
Yeah, this is what you told me. I did not know this was...
Anyone can do this, by the way.
Yeah, tell people.
You want to forego the eye test at the DMV, just go to your eye doctor, and your eye doctor will vouch for you and just write, like, yeah, you can drive, and whatever your script is, and then you give it to the fucking DMV at the eye check thing, and they go, all right, cool, and they stamp it, and they don't give
a fuck. And that's it. You don't have to take the eye test.
How do you think old people fucking get through?
I had no idea.
My eye doctor said, I'll never strip you of your independence unless I feel like you would put some other people's lives in danger. And I'm sorry, everyone, that he made that decision for y'all. But
but you're out there driving.
Yeah, I don't drive anymore now that I live in LA, actually. I stopped driving for the betterment of society.
I mean,
that's part of it.
What close calls have you had
here's
driving?
The thing.
Have you had accidents?
I've had 2 accidents, but one was because I was a stupid 16-year-old. And I just was rushing to get to a place, and I hit some ice, and I rear-ended a person. And the other one, actually,
did you play it up when you got out?
Well, no, because I didn't want them to. I would
have been like, this just happened.
No, you see,
this just happened. Look at my eye.
That's so interesting, because I did the opposite. I had to play it up the other way because I didn't want people to tell me I couldn't drive anymore. So I had to
what did you do?
I had to act like I really fucked up. I was like, oh, well, you know, I was just really rushing and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I don't have depth perception. So that was the real crux.
Trying to shake the guy's hand, you keep touching his chest.
Dude, I mean, all the time I do shit like that. I'll be like, for this beer, I'll be like,
why is this guy punching me in my chest, man?
Oh,
it's right here.
The mic. And I go up to a mic sometimes. I'll put it in the stand. I'll be like, oh, shit, okay. But, yeah, so I played it up the other way. But that was the only accident that was my fault. The other one, I got T-boned. Guy ran a red light. But that was the only 2 accidents. Now, was I dinging up my car on some poles and some shit once in a while? Of course.
And
I don't have
wheelchairs.
Eye, okay? Yeah. I remember, like, one time I was like, after my parents split or whatever, I was living with my dad for, like, a little while. And I remember I came home, like, I just... new place and shit, and I turned the corner in the driveway and I scraped the car against the house. Like fucked up the like paint on the concrete of the foundation, you know. But it fucked up my car even more than it fucked up the house. And it wasn't my dad's house; he didn't give a shit. It was the landlord who gave a shit. I was driving a Honda CRV.
All right.
And I just scratched the whole side of it. And I didn't really give a shit about the cosmetics of my car. And my dad's just like, Jesus, you know, he asked me, he's like, what's going on here? You drinking and stuff? Like when you're driving and stuff? I go, Dad, I have one motherfucking night.
I love that
The fact that this shit doesn't happen.
It wasn't even a consideration.
Daily.
It's not even on the list.
Yeah, and because I don't know.
You drinking?
Yeah, like
you just the Percocets?
That wasn't out of that wasn't out of the realm either.
Are you going through some shit right now? Yeah, Dad, I am. Is it what is it? It's the eye, Dad. Oh, yeah, okay. Dude. I do notice everything on the. You couldn't drive in England. It's all coming the opposite way. It's all
it's this side. So like, I'd be on the other side.
In England, you'd have to be using your right eye.
I feel like I could do it regardless, dude.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. I got fine at it. Like I drove as an adult constantly and never got into an accident. Now my real problem was like getting in trouble with keeping up my car, like maintaining my car to the point of it being legal to drive. And that caused some issues in itself. So that's the other reason. It's a two-pronged reason I don't drive. A, eyes. B, because I don't enjoy the responsibility of a car. I feel like it's a needy child, and I fucking hate it. You have to put fucking oil in it and gas and fucking take it for its tires and shit. It was a nightmare. I hated it. And
you just said take it for its tires.
Whatever, dude. They fucking suck. Cars suck. You got to get all these forms and shit. You got to get insurance. You got to get your registration, your inspection. Fuck all of it, dude. I'm not good at that shit. And I know that sounds like a lazy, or it's like, it definitely fucked with my brain. Like, because it was like, am I lazy? Am I just irresponsible? But it was like, no, I just hate these fucking machines. I don't respect them. And I just don't. I'm going to try what it's like to not own one. And now I don't own one. And it's like a weight has lifted off my shoulders, dude. It is like unbelievable not having a car.